snoring can be a serious problem for individuals and couples, and snoring could actually cause some more serious medical problems. And here to talk about the causes and treatment ideas is Dr. Teresa Ramsey from the Center for Natural Healing. I think they recorded Bruce the other night.
Oh, they did?
For that audio. I mean, let's face it.
I'd elbow him too.
I know. And I notice there's times where he snores louder, but you said 50% of men and 30% of women.
On average, snore. Right.
And we might not even know we do.
That's right.
Unless
so if
somebody tells us.
Yeah, if you're elbowing somebody else, you don't know if you really do or not. I guess at that point it doesn't matter, unless, of course, your risks of heart disease are going up, which is one of the main risks with snoring. And especially if you have sleep apnea, which is something that you'll need to be diagnosed for in an overnight study, but that really increases your risk of congestive heart failure and strokes.
Okay, so snoring, if it's super loud, is that a sign of those two things?
The loudness doesn't necessarily mean anything. Men typically snore louder than women just because of their size, but understanding what snoring is important.
Okay.
So what snoring is a vibration that occurs in your throat.
Here, hand me that picture. I'll show it to Donna. I'll hold it up
That
for
doesn't
you
happen if the tissues aren't touching.
Here, let me get a nice shot. So basically, if you're somebody that sleeps on their back.
Right. If you sleep on your back, you see that little, right where you're pointing, that tissue right in the back, that's your soft palate. It will fall back and occlude your airway.
I see.
And so what happens is when there's less room, when it's narrowed, there's vibration. That's the snore.
Okay.
So you turn them onto his side. Instead of elbowing him, turning him onto his side, and that's going to decrease it a lot.
And you said something about the nose, too,
right? You see those red, right there, those turbinates, that's what that's called. They inflame in a lot of people who have allergies.
Okay.
And so when they inflame, it blocks your ability to breathe out of your nose, and you become a mouth breather.
I see.
And if we breathe out of our nose, what happens is we get the moisture that the nose will create that the mouth doesn't. You know, if you breathe out of your mouth when you sleep, you wake up very dry in your mouth.
Yeah, okay.
And one of the roles the nose takes is it moisturizes the air, and that keeps the tissues more moist, and so the vibration doesn't occur.
Gotcha. So you're going, and you're drying out and all that.
Right.
Do you like that?
Right, right. Yeah, that was beautiful, Lisa. And so there's sprays that moisturize. Like this is one of them that you can get at the health food store. It's a moisturizing spray. There's saline sprays. And the reason is to moisturize those turbinates that we just talked about and de-inflame them.
So is that something you do maybe before you go to bed?
You keep it right in your nightstand, do it right before bed.
Okay.
You don't want to do a lot of the antihistamines because they have a rebound. You'll be sleeping for the first couple of hours, but then all of a sudden when you have to do it again, you're snoring, your tissues are inflamed, and that's another reason that we use humidifiers. Humidifiers are wonderful to moisten the tissues because again, the more moist the tissues, the less vibration they're going to have.
Oh, interesting.
You know, right. So, and one of your favorites, not.
Yeah. I tried that for a long time, and it just...
Yeah, and it's really not for everybody. None of this stuff, nothing is for everybody, is a nasal irrigator. Again, the salt water. Some people love it. I truly feel like when I use it, it's like I just swam under the ocean and had that beautiful saline, rinse. So, the more we can clean our nose, the more we can de-inflame our nose, the more we can sleep on our side, the more moist we are, the better so far.
I have a question for you. How come when somebody has a couple alcoholic beverages, their snoring seems to be worse?
Yes, alcohol right before bed is always going to make snoring worse because alcohol inflames the tissue. And when the tissues are inflamed and they're touching, the air can't move really easily between it. So you want to de-inflame. That's what the saline's about. That's why we don't want to drink alcohol 2 to 3 hours before bed if possible. Same thing with medications. If we can take our medications earlier, a lot of medications will cause inflammation of our tissues as well. It's a side effect.
So snoring really has to do a lot with moisture in your nasal cavity.
It does. And then if you think, well, why do people have chronically inflamed nasal passages? One main reason are food allergies. That's a really big reason. So I did bring a book, and this is a free book anyone can get, and it's about how do food allergies cause snoring. And it's not the main purpose, but it's talked about in the book. And there's 2 types of antibodies, IgG and IgE, and some people get the shots, for inflammation, and they actually can work if you do the right testing for it. And so knowing your food allergies, avoiding food allergies and not even doing the injections decreases inflammation a lot.
So it sounds like snoring is curable.
And some people, I'll tell them, they'll snore on and off. And sometimes on the nights that they snore, I say, look back, what did you eat that day? Something in your diet inflamed your tissues.
Okay.
Take it out, and then the snoring goes away. And there's a lot of success with that.
So instead of slapping him at night, just roll him on his side.
And ask him what he ate for dinner the night before.
I'll remember that. I'll just push him on his side. But it's funny because he does sleep on his back, so that's that thing hitting.
That's right.
Interesting.
That's right.
All right, well, he'll be happy. He won't be bruised anymore. Thanks, Dr. Ramsey. I'm sure everybody out there knows what I'm talking about if you happen to have somebody who snores heavily. So I appreciate it. Good advice. And if you would like to contact Dr. Ramsey, of course, go to our website, or dial our hotline. We have all your information there. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Coming up next, still in the medical field.